Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Boogeyman from 2005. It's directed by Stephen Kaye and stars Barry Watson and Emily Deschanel. Well, someone sure has it in for any film unlucky enough to be titled Boogeyman, as it seems to have a curse on it. This 2005 film sucks, the unrelated 1980 film sucked, and the also unrelated recent 2023 film bored me nearly to sleep. I want to like this movie so very much every time I watch it. It's co-written by Eric Kripke, the creator of the long-running hit TV show Supernatural. Too bad the stupid movie gets in its own way. But first, the explanation as to why I own it. Remember that book I was writing about 50 obscure horror films I'd recommend to everyone? Well, for padding, I was going to do a sort of tit for tat. For every chapter on a brilliant, obscure horror film, I'd do a chapter on an utterly shit horror film. It could be obscure or not, just as long as it was shit. Anyway, Boogeyman was to be paired with a chapter on Return to Horror High. I had to watch it a few times to write the chapter, so instead of renting it multiple times on Amazon Video, I purchased it for like $8 off the internets. Boogeyman's worst crime is that it is boring. 15% plot, 85% fluff, with at least a third of the runtime devoted to Barry Watson's character Tim staring at things. It's also really heavy on jump scares to the extent that it's more of a crutch instead of an occasional scare tactic, and they're so fucking loud too. I get that they were trying to make Tim's childhood home a living, breathing character, but the way they did it meant watching Tim stare at a lot of empty rooms with eyes full of equal parts fear and confusion. Not even a great supporting cast with the likes of Xena Warrior Princess herself, Lucy Lawless, and the eponymous character from the long-running series Bones star Emily Deschanel can save this film from being dull as fuck. And there's no amount of Dutch angles that can save this film either, although it does try. There's also an inordinate amount of driving footage of Tim. Not Manos the Hands of Fate amount of footage, but close and just as useless, just to pad the runtime. Like I said, I want to like this movie, and that's probably why I come down at it so harshly, because I feel it has personally willed itself into existence to anger and disappoint me. And I own both mostly unrelated sequels to boot, and I'll explain that in the next episodes. For now, I'm going to give 2005's Boogeyman an F- for being craptacular. And let's keep the hurt going tomorrow when I watch the 2007 sequel, Boogeyman 2. See y'all then.